Okay, welcome to the two-step cold email sequence that actually books qualified meetings. Now, just first of all, to address this, if you don't know who I am, my name is Sane, and over the last 2 years and 4 months, I've been working with agency owners, consultants, and coaches to help them build an outbound system internally, generally with companies that are making more than 30, 40K a month. We work on done-for-you basis, and then we also have a program where we get people in, help them build this internally, get one-on-one support from me, and all of that stuff, right? But primarily we run the done-for-you offer, and this is generally how my calendar looked like last week, just from this exact system that I'm gonna give you, the cold email system. As you can see, we got like, what was it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 meetings, as you can see. And these were not like any small kind of meetings. These were like real big companies. That's what I'm telling you about. And I'm gonna give you the exact two-step flow that we've used and that we're still using. So first of all, we have the main email right here. Okay, this is just the general one with the body copy, subject line, signature, everything. And then we have the follow-up number 1, right? So this is the second email, this is the first email. All right, just making this clear. And then for every lead that doesn't respond, we just simply end the sequence, which is, I would say, about 95% of the leads. And then for the leads that are not interested, we just exclude them out of the sequence. We also have a strategy where we send them a loom, but generally we would just exclude them out of the sequence for the most part. Now, the leads that do positively reply, we would of course aim for an appointment, but there's gonna have to be some work before we get them to book a call. That's how our strategy works. So the positive reply typically goes in this way. So they give us the permission to send them more info, they want to book a call with us, but then we send them the follow-up with our calendar and everything, and they don't book a call yet. That's when the email engaged follow-up sequence comes in. So we have an 8-step email follow-up and a 3-step WhatsApp follow-up sequence, and then we also follow up on them on phone until they answer and give us a clear yes or no, because this is what we're literally aiming for here. We're not aiming for anything else, just yes, I want to book a call, or we're aiming for no, I'm not interested. So first of all, we have the follow-up number 1. Right here, I would just say, hey, let me know what you think about the message. It's just a general bump, right? So just bumping up the initial email. This would be, let's say, send on Monday, all right? So the lead engaged on Monday, we send them immediately the follow-up message, and then, later that day, we send them the follow-up one. We would wait 1 day to send them the follow-up 2. So this would be done on Tuesday. And then we would wait 2 days to send them the follow-up 3. That would be done on Thursday. Okay? And then where it comes in is the WhatsApp sequence, and this boosts conversions by 25 to 50% realistically, right? So if you're getting a 1% appointment booking rate or a 0.5% appointment booking rate right now, it's gonna boost it up to 0.75, 0.8, somewhere around that range if you implement just this very simple thing right here, this thing. Okay? Now what we would do then is we would wait 3 days, okay? And excluding weekends, so we don't follow up on people during weekends, so we need to take that into account. But generally, 1 day, Friday, and then we don't include weekends. That means we follow up on them next Tuesday on email and also on WhatsApp, right? That's when we send the next follow-up. And then we wait 1 more day, send them another email, and then we would wait 2 days right here. And on Friday, we would send them another email and another WhatsApp follow-up. You can also play around with SMS follow-ups. We're just using WhatsApp because it works best. And we just use the API from Go High Level that allows us to send these sequences out. And then what we would do here is we would wait another 2 days, which means on Tuesday, we're going to send them the next, because once again, we're excluding weekends, right? So 2 days right here. And then what we would do is wait 3 days, just the last hopes of it. On Friday, we would send the last follow-up messages. And then we would just continue following up on these people until they give us a yes or no using phone and SMS, WhatsApp in this case. That's generally it. Now I want to give you the copy framework, right? So for the first main email, this one right here, we use this body copy framework. So first of all, in the subject line, we have their company name, and then we have the personalization, the offer, right? So what we do here is we say a very, very brief explanation of our offer, 1 to 2 sentences. All right, just put it like this. And then alongside the offer, we have the risk reversal, which is a part of the offer. So what I would say is we help agency owners doing more than 30K a month build an acquisition team in-house on pay and results basis, right? this is how you do this part. Personalization, we have a couple of things that we can do there. We can have their LinkedIn experience, expertise. That's how it's called. We can also do something relevant to their company. So let's say the company was mentioned in Forbes. We just do magazine. That's also a good one. But just typically, like the general scraper is from LinkedIn, right? This is where we get the personalizations. It can also be from their website, but LinkedIn has more accurate data, and we use Clay for this. And then the CTA, we give them two options. Okay, so we give them 2 times. Okay, the way I would do this is I would say, let me know if you would be alright with a call on Tuesday at 9 a.m. or Thursday at 10 a.m. If it's easier, I can also share my schedule, let me know, right? So this is how we would do this part. And then the signature needs to be without images. You can test an image, it can sometimes perform better, but take into account it's going to affect the deliverability. So the signature should look like this. This is how my signature looks. You have Ane, this is my name, and then we have Milo, which is my last name, and then we have company name. This is how it looks. And then right here, of course, we have the phone number. So we have my phone number right here, plus 11111, just for example. And then we have my main email, because for emails, we're not using my main email, obviously. So I have main email. And then we also have the address. Just put in like your street. You can just put whatever you want here. And then we also have the role, which is the co-owner. This is generally how we do it, right? This is how we run our frameworks. And then for the cold follow-up number 1, we just send one relevant personalization, right? So we have 2 different personalizations for every lead. So that's generally how we run cold email right now. To book about 11 meetings internally right now for our agency, and we sent 100,000 cold emails every single month across the portfolio of our clients. So it's a super huge number. I don't really have the numbers of how many appointments we're booking, you know, it's too much, but generally, like, this is it, right? If you are, you know, an agency owner, coach, consultant, you can book a call with me in the description. You know, I always like to speak with people, see if we can potentially get you on board on our program. We are pretty selective with who we work with, especially my partner, because he's like really big on the product. For the Done With You, we generally help, you know, agency owners who are starting out and, you know, making a couple $1,000s a month, you know, 10K, 20K, and to build an outbound system internally so that they can have an, you know, evergreen system that just runs automatically in the back end and have a VA doing all of the jobs. So look, if you fit this criteria, you can book a call with me. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video.